landfills and the effect they have on the environment. To begin, did you know that I found a study published in the journal Nature Climate Control shows that landfills across the country are taking in more than twice as much waste as the government thought, a whopping 262 million tons. And this was by Freeman, who's credible because he's the managing editor of the Impact and Innovation Department, which is located in the U.S. Environmental Department. And he has written many articles about the environment. And I found that this averages out to approximately 5 pounds of waste per day per person. Today I'll be talking about the problems. Landfills have grown dramatically over the last few decades, causing many impacts to the Earth's environment. How many of you recycle on a daily basis? How many of you don't have time for that or just don't really care? So my family has been recycling for many years, and it has greatly reduced the amount of trash we have each week. We normally take out 1 bag of trash maybe a week, and we have decided to pay our neighbors for our trash because we just don't have enough to pay that fee every month. Recycling is a simple solution that can benefit the earth by reducing the amount of air pollution and groundwater pollution caused by population growth and solid waste. Today we'll discuss the problems associated with landfills, the causes that create these problems, and the solutions like reducing, reusing, and recycling that will help us. So the 2 main problems from landfills are air pollution and groundwater pollution. According to Conserve Energy Future, a website written by environmentalists last updated in 2017, found that there are more than 10 toxic gases emitted from landfills, methane being one of the most serious. Methane is a naturally occurring gas expelled during decomposition, and it has a potential to trap solar radiation 20 times more than carbon dioxide, which increases the Earth's temperature, and that's why we have global warming. It's one of the reasons we have global warming. And also Jared Sky, who studies the environment and has a bachelor's degree in environmental studies, found that common household items such as bleach and ammonia also impact the air quality by giving off these toxic fumes. With groundwater pollution, it was found that 82% of landfills leak leachate, which is liquids that contain hazardous products, which I found from We Green, an organization that helps communities take action in reducing pollution. It is very common for these liquids to leak into fresh waterways, which can ultimately harm plants and animals and end up in our homes through the tap. And this picture kind of shows that here's the waste disposal site or a landfill, and it contaminates the groundwater with these liquids, which can end up in rivers. And then when it evaporates into the sky and rains again, it'll go back into the ground and end up back in your homes right here. It'll go in. Both air and groundwater pollution are affected by landfills, but now we'll discuss what causes this. So urbanization and population growth along with solid waste are the 2 main causes. With the increase of population, more landfills are required due to the amount of people producing trash, which is also found from the Conserve Energy Future, which is written by many environmentalists, last updated in 2017. In particular, plastics, diapers, and paper cups have increased by 80% in urban areas just since the year 2000, which has, looking at this picture, you can't really go there and be like, oh, that's a diaper, but the amount of trash that they surveyed is the 3 main things. And then with solid waste, homes, schools, restaurants, offices, and all other kinds of businesses produce a great deal of garbage that end up in the landfills. These items include wood, paper, plastic, old cars, electronics, hospital and waste products, and all of these are non-degradable, so they can't be decomposed into the ground. Although it's almost impossible to reduce population without some kind of government control, there are other ways that people can help the environment. And these solutions include reducing, reusing, and recycling. By recycling, the materials use 40 to 90% less energy than non-recycled materials, thus reducing the amount of emissions and air pollution, which I found on Hamilton's website, which is a recycling division in Ohio, and kind of like Warrensburg has their own recycling division, these people have maintained and kept track of what people have been recycling. So if you recycle a water bottle, they can melt it and turn it into something else, and sometimes you can see on a cup or a piece of paper or something, it will say at the bottom, like, this is made with 10% of recycled material. Recycling also prevents less pollution by preventing buildup in landfills. You can reduce the amount of items you throw away by using it as much as possible as well. For example, buy a water bottle, there's one right over there, and wash it every time you use it. Don't go out and buy a pack of water bottles and just open one, drink it, take another one. By reducing, reusing, and recycling, there are all ways that will help reduce landfills, and which helps prevent air and groundwater pollution. Today we have learned about landfills, the problems they cause on the environment, and how recycling will reduce landfills. Educating yourself and others can help people become more aware of the problems from these wastes. For my call to action, I want you to help the earth become a cleaner place by putting your bottles, papers, and cups in a recycling bin instead of a landfill. If you walk outside this classroom, there's a recycling bin to the left. There's also one to the right, and they're all over campus. Next to each trash can, for the most part, there's also a recycling bin. So next time you have something to throw away, or if you see a plastic bottle laying on the ground, pick it up and put it in a recycling bin. It's something very easy and something you can start today.
Awesome. Great job.